some 50 years ago, 30 years ago, we see more of infections, the malarias and all those infections going on. But for the later parts of coming to now, we see more of diabetes, hypertension, what is known as non-communicable diseases. This is unfortunately afflicting most of the people in the productive sector, the productive age, from the 25 to the 50, even before they go on retirement. There are other ones that affect people, but it reduces their productivity. If people have sleep and sleep disorders, they are snoring at night, they are not able to sleep well. Even they may be involved in those traffic accidents, but worse still, their productivity at work will be reduced. People having various modern day lifestyle disorders are not necessarily sick, but they are not healthy. And the challenge is managing somebody who is unhealthy, but is not sick, is not incapacitated. So the strategy to manage it is different from the strategy to manage a sick person. For example, somebody with a high BP, a high blood pressure, will always be in what we call denial. They say, minya malaria, me call hospital and sana BP no control. That is in quotes. Invariably, it is the going of the hospital that makes it possible for the BP to be checked. But the BP is already elevated. So going to the hospital is only the time that the person checks it. Unfortunately, they may just have a stroke and die, heart attack and die, have kidney failures and die. So we are losing a lot of people in the productive age group out of these modern day lifestyle disorders. Health is, by definition, is a state of physical, mental, psychological, social, and emotional and spiritual well-being, and not only the absence of disease or infirmity. So it is only when we look at that broad range of health, which is a social health. You can have social health, psychological health, spiritual health. And a mundane organization like the World Health Organization is saying that spiritual health is ill health. So we should begin to see ill health rather than sicknesses. If we do that, we will not have as many strokes, as many heart attacks, as many even deep vein thrombosis, as many people having dying even on aircrafts, And because they are not sick but not healthy, denial makes the strategy to manage them difficult. So ways to manage them include not making the place look quote unquote serious, a hospital, because they are already in denial. So a spa that is defined as a cheerful and a relaxed place for health. And such an environment, if you create a product where you can have these people to come in and then sandwich what needs to be done, that is the basis of this product we have called Healthy Lifestyle Conferencing. In this product, we are far advanced to what is offered at the hotels. The hotels offer rooms, conference halls, and then food. But a spa, which is for health, will, in addition to doing this, sandwich several health services. We have key in terms of health promotion is people do laboratory checks. Here, a group that we have, they can do the prostate cancer test, they do the diabetes check, they do the cholesterol checks, they also do the ECG for the hearts and whether the hearts are enlarged. People do dental cleaning, scaling and polishing. We do stress and stress analysis. About 70% of hospital attendants are related to stress. So there is now the facility that is available to quantify stress. We do this. And so when the interventions are put in place during the course of this conference, i.e. the person has various physical exercises, we have the massages, we have several of the interventions, the sauna, all the interventions will contribute to the reduction in the stress level, and then it is measured again. Bottom line, all what we do here for people who otherwise would not go to hospital are able to come to this place without feeling that they are sick, which they are not, but they are not healthy. And then we sandwich the health systems in. You may not know that your sugar level is high. You may not know that your cholesterol level is a danger point. You may not know that you should have to intervene in your prostate cancer index. So when you know, then you are able to take charge. You may not know what your heart is telling you. And so the ECG is important, Apart from that, it is important for people to start looking globally at what we call the 10 health pillars. Looking at how do I promote my health? How do I reduce the tendency of getting these sicknesses? And it's all part of the lifestyle. Most executives get up so early, go through traffic, go to work, eat any fast food that is brought to them. They get home late, just watch TV, binge some food, sleep again, get up the following morning. There's no exercise, there's no adequate rest, the diet is poor. They don't have time to what we call detoxification, because almost all these foods that are eating, and they are junk. They are prepared with all sort of pesticides and herbicides and things like that. So all this needs to be detoxified from the body in the right manner. So many things are contributing to stress. Bottom line is that we don't choose stress. Stress comes. So we have to find and to appreciate it and know how to handle it. The first pillar is physical exercises. The second is relaxation or restful sleep. The third is diet, having the right diet. The fourth is detox. How to make sure that toxins in the body are getting rid of regularly and appropriately. The fifth is how to manage your stresses. The sixth is the role of supplements. We know that, for example, that people get kwashiorkor. People who get kwashiorkor need protein. They don't need medicine. So it's just by addition of beans or meat, then the kwashiorkor is healed. So that tells you that there are diseases in quotes that are dependent upon substances. There are so many ailments that are dependent on the lack of supplements, or health is improved by the existence of supplements. We know of goiter and iodine. So the role of supplement is the sixth health pillar. The seventh health pillar is the role of a positive attitude. One's attitude has a lot to do with a person. The way you handle things, your outlook of life, they all contribute to that attitude, your behavior pattern. And if you have the right attitude to life, you may not be able to get, say, a peptic ulcer. The eighth pillar of health is the role of spirituality. Spirituality has a wide spectrum. One is that the appreciation of nature, a flower, how beautiful a lily is, and a pet. They are all part of the broad creation, But scientifically, there are researches that are done that show that all people who live long, what we call the centenarians, all them that have been studied, from the Hunza region in Pakistan to the Abkhazia in Russia to the Vilcabamba in Ecuador, all of them they are religious people. They are all religious people. So in what we call alternate health, which we cannot prove, we know that there's a correlation between being religious and not necessarily Christian, but being religious and living long. It has not been scientifically proven, but there's that correlation.
But why is yours Christianity?
Because that's what I know. Number 9 is complementary and alternate health services. And then number 10, orthodox health services. The difference between orthodox and complementary and alternate. Orthodox is what can be proven, what we know. We know the way BP drugs work. If you take Atacant, you know how it works. If you take Coartem, you know how Coartem works. So that is orthodox medicine. We know that people are healed by prayer, but we don't know how it's done. So that is alternate medicine. Because there's healing is medicine, in quotes, is a health, because it contributes to healing. For lack of knowledge, people perish. So we want to get people to understand, but we want to get them to understand in an environment that is cheerful and relaxed. We want to get them to understand in an environment that when you come, everybody is doing it, so you also want to start doing it. And when we do it, we are available to intercede, to help people who show interest in moving from a stage where they've identified that they need help. Frequent visits to the spa will lead you from not only knowing that alcohol will give me, say, ulcer or this or liver disease, or smoking will do this, but it makes you want to change. So when you want to change, then we build you up onto the way with the psychological tools by which you can be able to have a successful behavior change. It's been awesome. We've had tremendous results. One classical one was a 36-year-old top executive who was brought in from the US to head a top company in this country. 36 years, this gentleman from Cape Coast had the grandfather died of stroke, the father died of stroke. He himself has a BP of 220 over 130. He was on no medication, he was not exercising, he has no period to rest, he eats any food, he travels in and out, he's giving all the bad foods on a plane. He doesn't understand detox. He's always under stress. He's not having any supplements. His attitude is not about work. So in every area you look at health in the all the chains is a minus, you know. And in real terms, this person was a walking dead person. And this is just one example. There are several of them. People come in happily doing what they know they want to do in their business. By professionally sandwiching these systems, you are able to get their attention to want to change, want to live healthier lives, and then help them to grow better and avoid the sicknesses being aggravated.